Hey, you guys, it is Pastor Dawn. I am really excited to share this brief prophetic word with you, and it is called Rising Above the Resistance of the Air. Rising above the resistance of the air. Okay, so right now I am next to kind of like a nature trail where I was just kind of taking a prayer walk. And while I was out there, I saw this sign and it had the image of a bird on it. And the bird kind of reminded me of an eagle. And the sign next to the eagle, it said broad wings. And all I could think of was the elevation of an eagle and how an eagle will like rise in the air really quickly. And so I had to Google it. And so what I found was then the Lord kind of just gave me the title to this message, which was Rising Above the Resistance of the Air. And for some reason, the image or the picture made me think of what an eagle does when storms are approaching. So the first thing I want to say to you is that if you feel like you are in a storm right now, many of you are not really in a storm. Many of you are just in transition, and transition can feel like a storm, can feel exactly like it, but it's not a storm. But so here's what I want to say. An eagle will spot some place and actually wait for the storm winds to come. So when the storm hits, it sets its wings so that the wind will actually pick it up. Instead of trying to fly away from the storm, it actually gets to a space where the storm will lift it up. And so the storm's winds lift it up above the storm while the storm rages below. The eagle is soaring high above it. So, as I said, many of you are in a storm, and others of you are just in transition. And both of them, honestly, to our flesh, they can feel just about the same. And so, the fastest way to elevate yourself is to elevate your perspective, and that will elevate your position. So, to do that, you have to rise above the storm, where you can actually see with your eyes and maybe even feel with your heart that you are seated with Christ in heavenly places of his peace, his presence, his protection, his provision. Ephesians 2 verse 6 says that we are seated with Christ in heavenly places. So if I were to be honest, most of my Christian walk, I was not very skilled at rising above the current storm or situation at all. I did not want to invest the effort or the energy that was required to enter into his presence through praise or worship. I'm just being honest with y'all. Until I realized that the mistake I was making was that I was trying to do it in my own strength instead of his. Okay, so I'm reading from my notes. 2 Corinthians 12:9 says, his grace is sufficient for you. His power is made perfect in your weakness if you will lean into him. So pardon me while I turn the pages of my notes. So if you will lean into him, if you will ask him to receive more of his grace and strength, you will be able to press into that space where he lifts you above the storm. Now, here's something else that God says to me all the time. James 4:2, you have not because you ask not. I'm telling you, if you're not asking God for more grace and strength for your current storm or your current transition or your current situation, then you are shortchanging yourself. God says this all the time, Dawn. You have not because you ask not. Okay. So you have to ask. You have to ask for his grace and strength, all right? And I'm going to tell you that you need to ask big. You need to ask for more than enough. Don't ask for just enough. Ask for more than enough. Ask for more than enough supernatural grace to ride on the winds of his grace, to lift you effortlessly above the storm to your rightful place of being seated with Christ in heavenly places. Okay, that's all for this word. I need you guys to like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you feel led to sow into this message, there's a place in the description where you can do that. And I want you to stay tuned just for a couple more seconds for a very important announcement I want to share with you. Accelerate a 3-day summit. All right, you guys. Talk to you soon. Hey y'all, it's Dawn Churchill. I just have a really quick announcement. I want to invite you to Accelerate. It's a 3-day summit to rocket launch your life, your business, and your peace of mind. I'm going to share just a couple of scriptures with you. Psalm 35:27, and it says, "The Lord delights in the prosperity of his servants." That's you and me, his sons and daughters. John 3:1 says, "Beloved friend, I pray that you are prospering in every way and that you continually enjoy good health just as your soul prospers." Now, this word prosperity, it's not just wealth and riches, although it does include divine wealth, but it also means completeness, soundness, peace of mind, feeling safe and secure, contentment, abundance. And I want to share with you some secrets that you can cash in on in your life. So at this 3-day summit, I'm going to share some pieces of my testimony, how God allowed me to rise above years and years of failure and defeat. That all began in childhood when I survived 9 years of parental narcissistic abuse in the form of childhood slavery, physical torture, verbal abuse, and sex trafficking. Now, that's not what this summit is about, but from my experiences of learning how to rise above those things, I'm going to share 3 key strategies to overcoming a harsh toil and striving mindset. I'm going to share 2 elements for you to have consistent joy, peace, and strength in your life. And I'm going to share 1 non-essential to get you off the struggle bus of life. Now, the first 30 registrants will be entered into a drawing for a complimentary 30-minute coaching session with me, and space is very limited, so it's on a first come, first serve basis. So I'm just asking you to go to dawnchurchill.org. I want you to get registered right now for Accelerate, a 3-day summit to rocket launch your life, your business, and your peace of mind.